My mum and dad gave me a
Not a posh good enough to...
and it went well enough until one day at a camp we were playing
Smugglers and customs over the sand dunes.
I was a smuggler.
And I had to get £20,000 through the customs.
For us to win the game, £20,000 written on a piece of paper.
There were 3 ways to get past the customs.
1, by running so fast, the customs couldn't catch you.
2, by going creepy crawly, so they couldn't see you.
And 3, going through the customs with it hidden somewhere. I chose 3. I chose to hide it on me somewhere.
But where?
I know, I said. I'll stuff it in my and I took the bag off my folded up the piece of paper with the £20,000 written on it, slipped it into and clipped the back of my on. So then I went
Creepy crawly.
over the sand dunes. They me, and they me. They looked in my they looked in my they looked in my they looked in my down my in my they even looked under my but they never thought to look in my did they? So they let me go.
And when I got to the other end,
Where the other smugglers were.
I said, and there it was, £20,000. I took it out, handed it over.
and we had won the game.
I snapped the back of my on, looked at the and
It stopped. It was broken. I broke it.
that evening I told my brother all about it, and I said,
Don't tell Mum or Dad about it, or I'll get into trouble.
I'll get it mended secretly.
so there we were, tea time, and my brother suddenly goes, "What's the time, Mick?" And I went all red and kind of flustered, and I go, yeah, it's about 6 o'clock. No, it's not, says my dad. It's 7 o'clock. And he sees me going red. Is your watch going wrong? No, it's okay. Let's have a look. No, it's all right. It's all right. Let's have a look. Let me have a look at it. It stopped. It's broken. How did it get broken? I don't know. What do you mean, you don't know? My brother was still laughing all over his face without making a sound. So then I told my dad all about the smugglers and customs and hiding the money in my He was furious. We gave you the so you could tell the time, not for you to use as part of a secret agent smuggling outfit. Well, don't expect us to buy you presents like that again.
I was
So angry
with my brother.
For getting me into trouble.
inside, I was bubbling.
So as soon as tea was over,
I went down to our backyard where there was an old cherry tree, and I broke a twig off it. And it was all prickly and flaky and covered in a kind of grey, slimy muck. So then I took this twig back upstairs into our bedroom, and I'll tell you what I did with it. I shoved it into his bed, and as I shoved it into his bed, I thought, this'll pay him back, this'll pay him back, this'll pay him back. He's going to get into bed tonight after I'm asleep, and his feet are going to get
All prickled up.
and covered in grey, mucky, slimy stuff.
Well, later that evening, I was doing some homework, and I had some
Really hard.
Sums to do. I couldn't do them. I was stuck.
And my brother, he sees me scribbling out all these numbers, and the page is a mess. So my brother, he says, "What's up? Do you want a bit of help with your sums?" What could I say to that? First I go, no. It's all right. But he goes, "No, come on, I'll lend you a hand." So I say, "Okay." And he comes over and he helps me. He's sitting there right next to me. My enemy, showing me how to do my sums. And then he said, "Now you try." And then I could do them. So there I was, friends with him, grateful. I'm saying, thanks for helping me. But in the back of my mind, I know something. The twig was still in the bed. I didn't know what to say. All I could see was the twig sitting in his bed, just where his feet would get it. Even if I went and got it out, there'd still be a heap of dirty prickly bits left in his bed after he showed me how to get all the sums right. So I go,
"Look, when you go to bed tonight, there'll be a twig in your bed."
So he goes, "A twig in my bed? A twig in my bed? How did it get there then?" So I say,
I put it there.
and my mum and dad heard that. So my dad goes, "You put a twig in his bed? Did I hear that right? You put a twig in his bed?" Might I ask, why did you put a twig in his bed?
And I just couldn't say.
I just sat there like a lemon. I couldn't say it was to pay him back for telling on me about the watch, because they wouldn't think there was anything wrong with him doing that. So I just sat there and then I said,
I don't know.
What a stupid thing to say.
my dad goes, "You don't know why you put a twig in his bed? You don't know why?" The boy's going mad. First thing he does is smash up his and the next thing, he's going round stuffing twigs in people's beds. He's going stark staring mad, I tell you.
I didn't think I was going mad. And I don't think my brother did. I bet he knew why I put a twig in his bed.